From cold cases to serial killers, missing persons, and more.
100% he did this.
I'd go off into fantasy world.
How much more lucky can you get that you're not on death row?
You want to know what we know.
My name is Jay. This is Guilty of Crime.
What is up, everybody? My my message said, "Crime crew, help." I meant to say hello. As you come in, hit that like button, y'all. I didn't want everyone to think I needed help. So what's going on today? We're going to do another Madeline Soto episode today, Jennifer Soto, and there's Stephan thrown into the mix as well. So we're going to analyze a scripted alibi, and you could do that with any interview, which we are going to do that with Deception Detective. Now, I took a look at his video, and he's made 2 sets of Jennifer Soto and Stephan Stearns, and this particular one that I'm going to do today only got 28,000 views. Now, that is way too low for Deception Detective, y'all. So we want him to keep making the videos. We got to get those likes up. We got to watch it. Everybody subscribe. Peace Girl 205. What's up? Jay and Mods. What's up to everybody? No, I don't need help. I do need help, actually. I need you to hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you're not a member, become a member. If you want to send super chat, super stickers, gift memberships, please do. That helps. So I might have to get up in a minute because my dog is yelling at me already. He's saying, "Mama, Mama." That's what it sounds like. Anyway, so what's up, everybody? Hit that like. Hit that like. Yes. Jack Stormos, Jay Rock. I Deception Detective rocks, and all my people that I collaborate with rock. And I'm always going to promote them when I have these cordial, lovely creators that I align with. I'm always going to say, go over there and watch their stuff. Michelle Miller says, "I'm publicly calling this a sacrifice, and the fact that mom hasn't been arrested is clear evidence. Who in the F is law enforcement or the courts protecting the scum clown mother?" That's what I want to know, because today we're going to look at how to analyze an alibi, or better yet, a scripted alibi. And then after we lead into this one, we're going to go right into her audio where and I'm going to go get my dog in a second. We're going to go into the audio where Jennifer Soto sees a photo of someone in black shorts. The detective shows bad quality photo of someone in black shorts and a green jacket. Jennifer says it's bad quality. She can't see it. And then the other one is of Jennifer Soto in the previous days before Maddie, her timeline that she gives us and what she says about Maddie's phone and more. So we're going to be able to detect those audios ourselves after watching this and how to analyze that. Let me go get my dog because he's having a fit. One sec. There he is. All right. All right, y'all. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you for staying. All right. I'm back. Yes, I do know Tilted Lawyer is good. I haven't spoke with him directly. So, yeah, I think I can make friends with him. And hello, Wednesday Ophelia and Lori Burton and Manic Mama T. All right, let's get into this today, everybody. We're all here to hashtag arrest Jen Soto and to see that through. So hello, Bree and Carly. Wolfpack's probably here. There she is. And I know that JoJo is probably around the corner, as well as Petty Mason. So what's up, everybody? Hit the like button, please. Somebody said earlier you have to X out of this, but you can just hit the X and then hit the like and come right back. It says jail. Wendy says jail and mods. Nancy, hi, crime crew. All right, let's listen to Deception Detective and we'll go along with it. I do have the regular usual cards that I have, like Jenn changing tenses, her off the wall explanations that she gives us, sensory details, lots of wheeze in this. She uses lots of wheeze. So let's go. And we love DD. We love you, Deception Detective.
So my daughter was dropped off close to school this morning, but never made it. I went to her from school.
I'm sorry, one second.
Yeah.
That was quick, but it was Jenn Soto telling the police about the last time her daughter, Madeline Soto, was seen alive. The only problem is the story wasn't true. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to spot a made-up story using deception detection techniques. I'm Deception Detective, an attorney trained in statement analysis, and
An attorney trained in statement analysis. We love Deception Detective. We love when he brings the videos and analysis to us, and the only way he can do that is if we hit the like button and get over 50,000. So this is his second set. He's working on the third set, which is Jenn Soto and the next version of audio that we're going to get into that I have not played here. Brianna Zapatas is the script, and Michelle Marsh, hello. Ellen G or LG, hello. Tina says arrest Jenn Soto. All right. Let's see. What did Michelle Miller say? Best comment I've ever seen. My exact feelings. Where is your comment, Michelle Miller? I want to see that good comment that you made. Let's go.
this channel exposes lies and manipulation. Since that clip was so short, I'm going to play it again before we discuss.
This is Mom.
This is Mom? Okay.
Hey there.
Hi there.
Hey there.
Hey there. What's going on?
So
Hey there.
my daughter was dropped off close to school this morning, but never made it. I went to her from school.
I'm sorry, one second. Go ahead, sir.
Telling a made-up story is hard, especially in a stressful situation like talking to a cop. So most liars end up keeping their scripted stories short and sweet. That way there's less chance of making a mistake or slipping up and revealing too much. That said, the officer did cut Jenn off here, so we can't say just yet that her story is suspiciously short. To do that, we need to listen to her tell it in full, which she does a few minutes later.
I don't know. She got dropped off. She was like, so she's embarrassed by this car. So she didn't want to be dropped off at school. She wanted to be dropped off like half a block away, so she would walk.
To name this thing, she's in a face.
But he dropped her off half a block away and drove away.
Now it's he. Earlier it was we. She keeps changing that. Remy stuff says, how the F is she so calm? Well, how in the F does she laugh in a little while? And how does she flirt with those police officers? In my opinion, she's flirting. JoJo gifted 1 guilty of crime membership. Thank you so much for getting tonight kicked off. Hey, Jay. And I say we kicked off on the train of memberships of super chat, super stickers, and all that stuff. Yeah, it's like she's ordering pizza, but I wanted you all to see her Chris Watts sway. The way she is swaying is exactly how Chris Watts did after he annihilated his family and gave those reporters an interview on his porch.
Did she ever go to school?
No, we called
She
school.
was walking in that direction. She was rifling through her backpack, just looking for something. I thought maybe she was just looking for headphones before she got her walking on.
Yeah.
But she was just kind of, shambling over in that direction. It looked the same as any other morning.
Okay.
What was the last thing you asked?
If she went to school.
So I got confirmation from the school that she never made it. They sent me an email saying she didn't make it. But I also spoke to her or emailed one of her teachers directly, and he looked at all her attendance for all her periods and told me she would make it at all today.
Okay.
Not only is the full story short, but it's vague. And this is the second hallmark of a scripted story. Whether it's done consciously or unconsciously, liars often keep their lies vague. This makes them harder to fact check. It reduces the chances of contradictions, especially if there's a co-conspirator like we have here with Jenn and Stephan. And most importantly, it allows the liar to tailor their story to any new evidence the police might find down the road. To illustrate just how vague.
And keep that in mind as he speaks. We know that they do this every time because we have this script of dropping off at this time, emailing at this time, picking up at this time, seeing Maddie in the morning at this time, getting home at this time, him leaving at this time, her going to the appointment at this time. Every time it's so scripted. Fisher Blue says, my comment above, she told Detective McNally that Stephan Stearns went to the party and brought Maddie home. Read that yesterday. Guilty of crime. That is not true. You say, so what is right? That is not true. Stephan Stearns did not bring Maddie home. Stephan Stearns did not go to the party. And Madeline Soto stayed at her grandma's house that week. And Auntie Stephanie brought her home around 8 or 8:30 on Sunday night. Stephan Stearns came shortly after. And then Jenn Soto got home around 10 or 10:30. So nowhere was there a Stephan Stern's going to the party, and I saw Stormcat and hear what's up. I've always done the rocking since I became a mom. Right. And you were never on a video of you never annihilated your family and spoke to the news. I hope not. But yeah, Jenn Soto is, we'll say she's suspicious.
Jen's story is ask yourself, who dropped Madeline off? We don't actually know that, and that's because she said Madeline was dropped off. In other words, she used a passive voice. So we don't know if Jenn did it, Stephan did it, or they both did it together, or some third party did it. Where was Madeline dropped off? That's also unclear. Was it a half block from the school, or a block and a half away, or even further? Which side of the road was it on? What landmark or distinguishing feature was it near? And finally, when was Madeline dropped off? Was it 9, 9:15, 9:45? How long did Stephan sit there and watch her? These are all details that I would expect the actual parents of missing children to give because they're useful. Remember, this is the last time her daughter was seen alive. We could reasonably expect her to be racking her brains about every detail of those final seconds and minutes and hours. After the police finished this interview with Jenn, a few hours later, they discovered footage of a girl resembling Madeline at a church near the school around the time that Madeline was allegedly dropped off. So before I play the interview that Jenn gave to the news the next day, let's do some practice. Will Jenn tailor her vague story to match this newly discovered evidence, or will her story remain exactly the same? Or will the story change completely and have a whole bunch of new details? If you've seen my videos about reminiscence effect, you'll probably get this right. If not, I'll explain.
All right, and he is going to explain it. The reminiscence effect is on the top of my deck, and I didn't even plan this out. So, Loops A, thank you for riding the train. $2.99 super sticker. Thank you so much. That helps my channel. I've been putting out shorts, and I'm using an awesome app called Opus Clip that does it for me, and it puts them together right. It's a little bit expensive, but with the donations, I can afford to do that. Now, reminiscent effect that he just talked about, where honest people may change their story slightly with each retelling as they recall and prioritize new details. Conversely, if a story remains rigidly consistent in its details, emotions, and sequencing on every retelling, it may be fabricated, or it may have been fabricated in advance, which is called scripting. All right. So to me, this is the total scripted story. Again, thank you to Loops A and JoJo for the donations.
And what that is the next time I pause.
We dropped her off at school, close to school. She wanted to walk the rest of the way.
How can
I'm not
I
sure what I'm allowed to share.
You share whatever you feel comfortable sharing. I know you had conversations with detectives. Not sure what that conversation is, but whatever you feel comfortable sharing, that we'll put the awareness out there.
So remember, folks, she had a conversation with the detectives before she did this interview. So we got to put in time frame of what she did and when and how. She's not alarmed at all, even though she talked with the police about any of this stuff. We know now that it goes a lot deeper. It's a lot scarier when the officers talk about it, and she's not conveying that. Peace Girl 205, thank you so much for the $2.99 super sticker. You guys are awesome. Who's going to be next? All right. So, gosh, so scripted and trying to remember what to say and what to share. Really, your kid is missing, and this piece of is lurking behind her. And I would never say, what can I share? I would share everything with the world. You guys know that because I share everything with you. I would never say, what can I share? All right. Something was truly wrong in the same way more than once. There are obvious telltale signs such as both mentioning the hibiscus, the blood appointment, the time frame of 10:15 and 10:18. It's odd timing and odd scripting. It's not odd until you hear it again and again. Thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah, she was spotted walking by the church, by the middle school.
And we know she wasn't spotted by the church. Shelly, thank you so much for the $2.99 super sticker. You just jumped on it. Thank you so much. These are amazing. All right, let's listen to her lies that we now know are lies.
Cameras. They saw her hang out in the parking lot for a little bit and then get up and leave. They didn't see a vehicle or anything else. They just saw her walk away around 9 a.m. heading towards the school, but she never made it.
I've analyzed this interview in great detail in my video, Does She Have Guilty Knowledge, from a few months ago. But in this video, I want to point out that we have one new detail and only one new detail, that Madeline was dropped off near the church. And that brings me to my third hallmark of scripted stories. They're rigid. As strange as it might seem, true stories often evolve with time, especially in the hours and days following a traumatic event. And that's because the victims sit there for hours, thinking, searching their memory, trying to improve their recall about any potential clues or details that they overlooked or forgot about on that fateful day. So when they tell the story in future interviews, there's often new details that are added or prioritized. And this phenomenon is.
And I also want to say that Crime to Remember, I'm going to call out that they rehearsed and premeditated this story. They probably premeditated it before, if it was a premeditated that far ahead murder. My bad, unaliving. But they also, at the time Stephan Stearns met Jenn Soto at home, when they said they were chatting, Jenn says they were hanging out and talking. Stephan Stearns says they were chatting. I think they solidified this rehearsed and premeditated story at that time. Keep that in mind. And we'll hear later on what time that was, and Stephan saying we were chatting and her saying they were talking.
Is known as the reminiscence effect. So when I listen to this version of Jenn's story, I don't hear someone who's searched her memory for new details like I would expect. I hear someone who has tailored their highly scripted story just enough to incorporate new evidence, which is exactly what vague stories are designed to do. They're also designed to minimize contradictions between co-conspirators.
And you minimize contradictions when you keep the details down and you stick to the key details. Vicky Guerrera, thank you for being on the train. $10 super chat. Happy September. God bless you and everybody else that needs it. Sadie's mama, I'm always sending you prayers, and everybody else that needs them, or just being alive. You need a prayer. We all need prayers. So thank you.
Which is why there's no reminiscence effect in scripted stories. Every detail they add is a potential stumbling block if they ever get interviewed separately. So it's in their interest to change the story as little as possible. Now let's watch Jenn's final interview, which she gave the day after this one.
Go ahead and tell us what's going on with Maddie.
Well,
all right, what's going on with Maddie? Take a deep breath. Think about it. This was not the final interview. After this, we have the interview of the audio, and this is what we want Deception Detective to analyze. And we can only do that if we get those up there. So Sadie's mama throws me an avocado. You guys can send me an avocado super chat or super sticker, or you can just send one in the messages. Birthday month. Happy birthday, Stormy Cat. I think you're a Virgo. All right.
Monday morning, we took her to school. We dropped her off close to school, across the street from a church, which is it's right next to the school. She crossed the street and walked to school, we thought walked to school. My boyfriend who drove her to school drove away at that point.
Not your boyfriend.
It was seen on video footage that she hung out in the parking lot of the church for a few minutes and then got up and walked towards the school.
All right. If you hear it in her voice and the way she stops, bam, 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 bam. It's just, yeah, thank you. And I want to say hi to JD Delara. I saw you in chat earlier in Grizzly True Crime, and I was saying hi to you there. So thank you. And yeah, somebody said point of view for Deception Detective. You love that. So thank you. Love this crew. Jenn is guilty. Fry that potato. Mr. Beer, member for 2 months. Thank you. The church is not right next to the school. Another lie. 333, which is a prayer for young Maddie. May she rest in peace, everybody. And may we get complete and utter justice. Jay Scott's interview. Jennifer states scriptive. She spaces out each sentence. Thank you. Duh, duh. That's what it sounds like to me. It's like bop, bop, bop. Like she's just nailing it all. Drew Thomas. Hi, love you, Jay. Thank you. I love you too.
But she never made it from that walk and that was around 9 a.m. when she got up. She never made it to school after that. It's right next to the school. I don't know why she didn't make it. I don't know if something happened on her walk along the way or if she got taken, but she never made it.
And that was the last anyone seen of her or heard from her?
Yes.
Jerry McCann wasn't around when his wife, Kate, discovered their daughter missing. Yet he had zero suspicion that she might have done something. John Ramsey wasn't in the room when his wife discovered their daughter, JonBenet, missing. Yet he had zero suspicion that she had anything to do with it. Don Wells wasn't even on the property when his daughter Summer Wells went missing, in the care of his wife Candace and his mother-in-law, but he had no suspicion. Chris Proudfoot was in another state when his stepson Sebastian Rogers went missing, but he had no suspicion of his wife Kate. My point is, scripting a plausible story is hard enough, and delivering it convincingly makes it doubly hard. But once you have a co-conspirator, another person, it makes it exponentially more difficult because now you have to improv. You have to actually act like parents who don't know what happened to their kid. And I didn't see that in any of those cases, and I don't see it here. As far as Jenn's story goes, Stephan was the last person to see Madeline alive.
Yep.
He's not even related to her. He's just Jenn's boyfriend. Yet she has zero suspicion that he may have some culpability or know something that he isn't telling her about the disappearance.
And yet she does have suspicion because she does tell the police, but yet she still hangs on to him and hangs tight to him and sticks to that story and doesn't implicate him until his phone gets taken. And the police were already looking at him. Trust me, they were already thinking, who is this creepy guy and why is he so over emotional and what is he telling us and what's this weird story that doesn't match up? Melly, my beautiful one and only Melly. Hello there. All right, so they knew that, she knew that, and yet she's over here looking like she's worried. I think she's worried for herself, people, and at some point this is going to come out. I believe so.
Appearance. For me, that does not track,
Thank you.
and it's part of my assessing stories card from the deception deck. The reasonableness and tone of the story. And while we're on the topic of Stephan Stearns, let's analyze his version of events.
The first question is if I can get your first and last name and spell them both out for me.
Stephan Stearns, Stephan Stearns.
All right, so Stephan, you seem very emotional right now. Explain to us.
I dropped her off. Everything looked fine when I drove away. It's the last time we saw her.
What were the conversations that y'all had in the car when you dropped her off?
Not much. She was asleep for most of the way. Told her have a good day.
So we know for a fact that he's lying now, but I wonder if what he's recalling, and thank you, Melly, for the one guilty of crime gifted membership, when he was walking away and he left her there in the bushes. I wonder if he's referring to that in his memory and also her sleeping in the car the entire time. We also know that she was already deceased. So he must be drawing from his memory as he talks about this. There's no other way that you could do that unless you just don't have a memory, which we know he does. And yeah, Jojo says, I think he's a necro. That's because you also study Ed Gein, Jeffrey Dahmer, Ted Bundy. They all were, and it's not that uncommon. Remy Stuff says, imagine boyfriend has tears, mom none. Not her boyfriend, ex-boyfriend for months.
Day at school when she got out. I love her. Said thanks, love you too. That was it.
And so where do you think she could possibly be? I mean, this isn't, as I was told, this isn't normal behavior.
This is not normal behavior. She's not the type that would just run off. We don't know where she could be. We're scared. We just want her home.
What do you notice in all these interviews? Here's the first interview. Here's the second interview with WFTV. And here's the third interview with Fox News. Stephan Stearns is with Jenn every time she tells this story. And this is typical of co-conspirators. And they do this for three reasons.
Yes.
First,
Yes.
they need to avoid contradicting each other in case they ever get split up and have to tell their story separately. So every time Jenn tells a story, Stephan has to be near her so he can hear what she's saying and make sure that he matches up everything with her. Second, they have to ensure that their dynamic is plausible. And as I pointed out last time I paused, I think they failed on this terribly. And third, because co-conspirators know that one could always just turn on the other, they have to divide up culpability in their stories. And I think this might be part of the reason that they constantly say, well, we dropped her off and I dropped her off or Stephan dropped her off, because they want the option to be able to share culpability in case one turns on the other.
Man, he's nailing it. Tell me he's not nailing it. He is just nailing it on this, absolutely, without knowing this case in depth like we do. He's just telling it how he sees it and how he sees it exactly the way that we should have seen it from the beginning. They were absolutely sharing this story together, and that's why we're getting the we. That's why he's there every time. Now, keep in mind, once they get split up and they start telling their stories to the police officers and we start hearing the audio, it changes a bit. Another thing where they went wrong is that they told this story too many times. They told it to too many they had too many news interviews, and they talked too much, too many separate times, and kept where people started to pick up on it. Yeah, nailing it for sure, man. Ignorant, thinking they both could get away with it, and they did think that. They didn't know somebody was going to turn in Stephan Stearns for having a flat tire. They didn't know that the cameras, and they're dumb, that the cameras were going to pick up Maddie and think that she was deceased in the car. They nailed it.
Of course, I might be giving them more credit than they're due. It might just be because they're bad liars and it's a made-up story, so it's hard to actually use the correct pronoun every time you tell it. And he also conveniently demonstrated all the hallmarks of a scripted story that Jenn did earlier in her interviews, like no reminiscence effect, being totally vague, and being extremely reticent. The cards I've been showing on screen throughout this video are from my deception.
And we love the Deception Detective deck, so you guys can go to iOS store and go to Deception Deck, or they have it at the Android store. But I do want to also throw in there right now, Jenn Soto didn't have emotion, but you know what else she didn't have? Jenn Soto didn't call the cops herself when Maddie first went missing. She never called the cops. She also tells Maddie's best friend that she dropped her off that morning. She told the friend that she dropped her off. And also, why did she tell law enforcement she saw Madeline that morning around 8? She stuck to that story that she saw Madeline around 8 for several times. She also told them that she thought that it was Madeline on the church footage that they said they saw. Also, why was she not concerned about Maddie's one crock being left there? Did she not see it? And then when the investigators said they were taking Maddie's phone, she responded with forever, to which they replied, hopefully until they find Maddie, which she did never go looking for her own daughter. She never went to her funeral. She never went to look for her on any searches. She never went to the vigil. She never called the cops. She never did anything. And then on one of the interviews where she says, I can't breathe, we speculated that we can't breathe was going to be asphyxiation. Why did we pick up on that? Why did we think that? Because it happens so many times, everybody. And come to find out, her hyboid bone was not intact. You tell me if it's all a coincidence. Wonder if Jenn ever called. She did not call her. We would have had those 911 calls. All right, let's go. Get your deception deck. I have mine and it's fantastic. It helps me out so much. If you're a content creator or not, it helps. Either way.
Deck, my 52 favorite rules for spotting lies and manipulation. And one of them is dedicated to proactively figuring out if someone is telling you a made up story. So before I wrap.
Now, if you're dating somebody and you want to know if someone's telling a story, if you're newly friends with someone, Mr. Beer just gifted 5 Guilty of Crime memberships. Thank you so much. Jennifer Soto was a perfect match for a predator, and she certainly played her part. I agree. Still, being dumb and naive isn't a pass for neglecting your daughter.
Wrap up this video. I'll just read you this card so that you have 4 techniques in your toolkit if you ever get the chance to question someone who you suspect is telling you a made-up story, rather than having to use all these techniques to figure out if they're doing it from afar. When dealing with uncooperative subjects, a key tactic is to increase their cognitive load. The stress of lying, combined with this increased mental demand, can significantly disrupt a liar's thought process. Effective techniques include surprise, asking unexpected questions that someone fabricating a story is unlikely to have anticipated. In other words, I do wish the police had split up Jenn and Stephan and asked them, what did Madeline have for breakfast that morning? Because that's probably not something they scripted out beforehand. Detail, probing for intricate details that are often omitted in a fabricated narrative. In this case, it would be a very specific detail, like, what was she wearing? And they tend to mess that up. Third, reversal, requesting the subject to recount their story in reverse chronological order. And fourth, speed, demanding quick responses and imposing penalties for hesitation. Want to see me analyze another story I think is scripted? Click the video on your screen now. If you want to continue the series, let's get this video to 50,000 views.
And I'd love to see more that's scripted. William Tyrell, we love Deception Detective's channel, his take on things, and his true crime that he provides to us. He gives us a base for it. So Jojo, thank you for gifting the 1 Guilty of Crime membership. And Arizona Good Vibes, I'm glad that you got one. This community is freaking amazing. Also, keep in mind that what we talked about earlier, it conveys a sense of plurality and partnership. So liars will often misuse the word we, and it indicates partnerships that wouldn't exist if their story were true. Her story couldn't be true because she wasn't with them, and the cameras saw that. Now, I bet you if there were no cameras, she would want to stick to the we. I was with Stephan. We dropped her off, but she knows she couldn't get away with it. Yeah, Deception Detective is awesome, and I love that he covers this. Now, Penny says they were both on so many drugs they can't keep their story straight, not knowing days, times. They should both be behind bars. You're right, but you know what else they do? They know their times too much. They say 10:18 and 10:15 and odd times that can only be drawn from being scripted. Nora just jumped on the train. Don't let go. 4.99 super sticker. Thank you so much. This is we definitely need to get Jenn Soto arrested. We need to move this forward. I hope you guys signed that petition. Clar, I love you. Best host, mods, chat, adore the Guilty of Crime family. I do too. You guys are freaking amazing. All right.
You can also become a channel member and vote on who we analyze next. Till next time, stay true.
All right. We are good. We are digging into Jenn Soto today. Does someone have the link to the petition? Otherwise, I'll dig it up here in a moment. There's a petition, Teresa Williams and Fisher Blue, so I can dig that up while I am, or if someone else can, I'll look it up. But I want to listen to the audio where the detectives show Jenn the bad photo. I think we want to listen to because we have time, where Detective Myra Tagler speaks with Jenn Soto about close to midnight about her movements the previous day, her timeline, and what Jenn did with Maddie's phone. All right, so let's do that because there's also 444, folks, which is an angel number for Maddie. So we want complete and utter justice. Hit that like button while you can. I'll get the petition in a minute. Is there any way to share the petition outside of YouTube? Absolutely. It's just a link that I found on Reddit. But we've got it going good. We got that petition signed. So we got a lot of things signed. Let me get out of here and I'll get it's just a link, so we can absolutely share it wherever you want. All right, let's listen to this together while I dig that up. And thank you again so much for being here, everybody.
4-11313. Oh, look at the baby. Does it lock?
No, it should be fine.
Okay. Over here, please.
Want to be able to go back home soon?
I'll explain it in a second. Okay? I have a question too before we get started. Somebody said something like somebody in here has a gun. Is that a true statement or a false statement?
That's a true statement.
Okay, where is this gun at right now?
It is upstairs in the guest bedroom.
It's not like in any of these cars out here.
No, I don't believe so. I think it's upstairs in the guest bedroom. Bedroom number 4. It's got a number 4 on it.
Okay, how certain are we of that?
As far as I know, the gun is inside upstairs. I haven't heard of it being in the car.
Okay. Let me just move my purse.
If you want to take
I could be incorrect. I'm not sure.
Keep in mind, she probably is high AF. Now, she and Stephan are functioning addicts, which means they go about their day and they don't just stop in the middle of, hey, I'm in the car now. Let me shoot up my pills. No, they take their pills and they're used to functioning. Bedroom 4 didn't exist when Juan lived there, and I'm looking for that petition. Darlene says she signed it and posted it on her Facebook. Now, Darlene, is there any way you can find it on your Facebook and either send me an email, because I know you send me emails, or post it in chat? If not, I'll put it on my community page when we're done. Amy Cray, I'm going to pretend like you sent me a dancing avocado super sticker, but you did send me a $10 one, so thank you. Maurice, I saw you earlier on Grizzly. Thank you for being here. We love you. All right, let's go. Not so functioning, right. Not so functioning, but functioning. If that makes sense. Oh, hold on.
get cold super easy.
Yeah, I'm the same way, so
Hold
I
on.
understand. You want to take a seat right over here, and then she's gonna.
Sorry, this isn't my car. There we go. Okay, so I'm not sure if he introduced himself, but his name is Luis Acosta. Okay. We both work for Orange County Sheriff's Office. So I understand you spoke with the other guy earlier with Detective Frank Hunt. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. We have officially taken over the case, okay? So
Are you guys with Kissimmee?
No, we're with Orange County.
Oh.
It's just a different unit.
Oh, okay. What unit are you with?
We're with sex crimes.
Okay.
It's just because of her age and is why we take over. Does that make? I know it's kind of confusing, but like we have like different rules.
All right. Sex crimes, nothing. I actually think we did listen to this one, so I'm gonna pull out the second interview. I'm sorry. Let me pull that one out. Just because I did not remember listening to this one, and I'm glad you guys are signing the petition. Did somebody pass it around? I hope so. I still don't see it in chat, but let's get into this next one and listen to that together.
Yeah. Just gonna speak with Jennifer Soto. Hey, Jennifer. I haven't introduced myself. My name's Myra Taglo. Okay, I'm a detective with the sheriff's office. Do you mind if I talk to you? Do you mind if we talk over there by the car? That's fine.
Where inside the house?
In the car.
Yeah. Our car.
Yeah. Oh, look at the baby. Does it lock?
No, it should be fine.
Over here,
Are we
please.
going to be able to go back home soon?
I'll explain it in a second. Okay?
Are we going to be able to go back home soon? Says Mickey Mouse in his Mickey Mouse voice. Now, I want you to take a look, change.org/P/charge Jennifer Soto for wrongful death and essay of Madeline Soto. So please do take that time while we're streaming to sign the petition and share it. When we first started doing the petition, it said there were only 200 to 500. You know what? I'm really proud of us right now. So I want to show you something. Because I'm very proud that we're doing this. I'm proud that we're doing it here. And you know what else I'm proud of? You guys. I'm proud that I see hashtag arrest Jen Soto all over everybody's social media, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere. So right now we have 1,229 signatures out of 1,500. That's the next goal. 728 people signed this week, and they're right about the fist. When I brought this on to my channel, there was 200 to 500, and I was like, why is it so low, everybody? So you guys are making this happen. So Kryptonite says signed and shared. Thank you. Lynette, yes, hell yeah. Arrest Jen Soto. I see it everywhere. I go on to Duty Ron's channel and I see hashtag arrest Jen Soto. I go to Grizzly channel. I see that. And Stella, thank you so much. We're going to, we got the strong arms. I can't get my arm in there, but you know what I'm saying. You guys are amazing. All right. Look at all these gifts. Thank you so much. Hopefully I can gift some memberships today as well. All right, let's go. Let's keep signing that petition, everybody. Sign that B. Sign arrested that B. Yeah, we need to. Fisher 467, please sign. Maddie deserves this. Right. Now there's 470. Please do. Last look petition was only 500. We're making this happen. We're making it happen. All you can do is put your first name, last name, email, and hit sign. Everybody is deeply concerned about this. There's also a QR code. You can scan that guy. And look at that. Oh, where'd it go? Yeah, it won't let me do that, but you can see it here. You can scan the code right now if you have a TV or something. Just go ahead and scan that guy, and let's get it going. Simon K, J Strong. Yep, Fisher Blue says you rock. Thank you. Let's get to 1,200, 1,500, 2,000. All right. I'm going to stop sharing this. I'll share it again if we need to. And let's get back to our audio. All right. I'm so glad I'm feeling better this week, everybody. Last week was a rough one, and yet I still streamed. So I'm glad I feel better because I'd still be streaming. And I love Detective Tagler. She is no BS. The guy officer seems to put up with Jenn a little more.
I have a question too before we get started. Somebody said something like somebody in here has a gun. Is that a true statement or a false statement?
That's a true statement.
Okay, where is this gun at right now?
It is upstairs in the guest bedroom.
It's not like in any of these cars out here.
No, I don't believe so. I think it's upstairs in the guest bedroom. Bedroom number 4. It's got a number 4 on it.
Okay, how certain are we of that?
As far as I know, the gun is inside upstairs. I haven't heard of it being in the car.
Okay. Let me just move my purse.
If you want to take
I could be incorrect. I'm not sure.
If you want to start the car and just give me 1 second.
Yeah. Let me make this. I know it's not the most comfortable.
I want you guys to know that I don't see all of the comments in here, and I don't see a lot of times when people put links to something, it doesn't come through for some reason on chat on my StreamYard. So sorry if I asked for that to be sent over and over. I didn't see it. In case roommates didn't pay rent on time. Well, there was nothing about the roommates not paying rent. Jenn was collecting as much money as she can after her dad left because he wasn't paying it anymore. I told you yesterday that the ex-roommate was only paying $350. Now with these roommates, she was charging $600 a pop, and she kicked Maddie out of the room to split it with Stephan Stearns. Bad idea.
But at least he won't be cold.
Right? Yes. Good call.
Yeah, I get I'm the same way, so I understand. You want to take a seat right over here? And then she's gonna. Don't worry about the. Here, have it a little closer, just in case.
Sorry, this isn't my car. There we go. Okay, so I'm not sure if he introduced himself, but his name is Luis Acosta. Okay. We both work for Orange County Sheriff's Office. So I understand you spoke with the other guy earlier with Detective Frank Hunt. Is that correct?
Yeah. And in hindsight, everybody calls Stephan a monster now. But why didn't they do something before? The parents call him a monster. Jenn calls him a monster. She knows about his sex kinks, and yet she still sent her daughter to bed. Why didn't anyone say anything before? Are they just not wanting to be culpable? They don't want to be culpable now and be blamed for it. Carly, yes, yeah. All right, let's go.
Okay. We have officially taken over the case, okay? So
Are you guys with Kissimmee?
You go.
No, we're with Orange County. It's just a different unit.
Oh, okay. What unit are you with?
We're with sex crimes.
Okay.
It's just because of her age and is why we take over. Does that make I know it's kind of confusing, but like we have like different rules in Orange County. and depending on like people's age, we sometimes take over investigation when it comes to missing persons. Okay, does that make sense? Yeah.
All right, so we got about 7 minutes of this left. Thank you, Rosie, for the 99-cent super sticker. We're looking at now and analyzing statements of Jenn Soto, giving us a script and being on point with Stephan Stern's scripted alibi at this point. And she is scripting this. This is her alibi. She's trying to get out of any culpability. Simon's case is very confusing. This house, 13-year-old Maddie, Chomo, a drugged out mom, roommates, a gun with 1 round, a 12 magazine in a drawer, a bottle of lube, a tripod, and their clothes all mixed up. And Stephan Stern's doing laundry that day when he never did laundry. Did nobody see that? Apparently not.
So when you talked to him earlier, I kind of got like a brief synopsis of what happened.
All right, here's where the scripting comes in. Let's go. Veronica S., thank you so much for the $2 super sticker. Somebody earlier said Jennifer Soto can't answer questions that are outside of the realm of the script. Good call. I couldn't have said that better. Jack Stormo, Jay is a beast. She rocks. Proud crime crew member. Thank you. Thank you. And apparently I'm spicy today. All right, let's go.
Understand you have a new job. Yes. Okay. And if I say anything that's incorrect, please correct me. Okay. You have a new job. And last night you asked them to go sleep upstairs because you wanted to get rest. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. What time was this? Do you remember? It doesn't have to be like exact time, but like just. Oh, and then yesterday she had her, or Sunday she had her birthday party, right?
Sunday she had her birthday party.
Okay, what time was that party at?
It started at 3:00.
Okay, from 3 to what time?
I'm not sure. I wasn't there. I was at work.
Oh, okay, you weren't there.
But I know my sister home
Stephan.
around 8:30.
Uh-huh.
All right, someone in chat was asking earlier about Maddie and if Stephan Stearns was at the party and how Maddie got home. She just told us now that Stephanie, her sister, Soto, dropped Maddie off. Same script every time, around 8 or 8:30. Then Stephan showed up shortly after. Then Jenn came home at 10 or 10:30. They put her to bed after watching 15 minutes of Sister Act. So do you think Jenn is connecting the dots at this point? I think a little bit. She knows that they're looking deeper, and that's why she's even telling her story. Otherwise, she wouldn't have much of a story to tell.
Was Stephan here at that time?
I'm not sure if he was here at the time, but I think he got here a little bit after. And he was like, okay, she was already doing what she was supposed to. She had taken her nighttime meds and she was getting ready for bed, like taking a shower. She'd take showers at night. So he's like, okay, she was already on it. I didn't get home until.
All right, so keep that in mind, that story. Stephan Stearns showering Maddie, giving her medicine, and putting her to bed after watching Sister Act. Sadie's mama, thank you so much for the $9.99 super sticker. And Mr. Beer says, all sweet in the deal. 271 likes, 487 to go, 300 guys, and I'll gift again. So we only got 29 more likes, and we'll get another gifted membership. Thank you, Mr. Beers.
Oh, I'm going to say 10:30.
Okay.
And then at 11, I sent them to bed.
Did Stephan make it to the party?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then once you get here, you said you sent her to bed at 11. And the following morning, well, I'm sorry, let me backtrack a little bit. You send them upstairs, right? How many bedrooms are upstairs?
3.
Okay. Where?
In bedroom number 4.
Okay. And what about?
That was new. So bedroom number 4 makes us suspicious that she's selling Maddie or pimping her out, like many people say. Diaz, you're awesome. Thank you so much for the $9.99 dancing avocado super sticker. You guys rock every day, but today you're just killing
Stephan.
it.
Bedroom number 4.
Okay. Is it normal for both of them to sleep in the same room?
Sometimes when I really need a good night's sleep, I will send them upstairs. But when also a lot of times we will sleep together in the king size bed, all three of us.
Yep.
Or sometimes Stephan will go upstairs and our bed alone. So it just really depends on what's going on that night with our schedules and what we're doing.
Okay, where were you sleeping?
Downstairs in the king size bed.
Okay, is it just you two here, or you guys have a roommate, right?
We have 2 roommates, and one of the roommates has a son who's here like a little bit more than half the week.
So what rooms do you guys use?
The room downstairs, the master bedroom downstairs, and room number 4.
Okay. So it wasn't last night. It was the night before. Stephan slept in bedroom number 4 and you slept down.
So you could tell Jenn Soto's being apprehensive about what she says because someone said it best earlier. She's trying to tell the story and she's more concerned with getting her story straight than she is about where her daughter is. MM Clark, Mr. Beer, we love you. Thank you. Cheers. $1.99 for the super chat. Beyond disgusting. Yeah, you guys are just nailing it today.
Yes.
In the master. Okay. What time did you wake up?
I'm going to say around 8:00 in the morning. Stephan came into the room. And was trying to put the leash on the dog. Somewhere between. I'm going to say somewhere between. He came into the room somewhere between 8 and 8:15. He came in to put the leash on the dog, and I got up to try to help him because my dog is kind of a nervous dog, and I didn't want him to pee on the bed. So we wrangled him, put him on his leash, and he said, "Go back to sleep." And I said, "Okay." So I laid back and went back to sleep.
Okay.
I heard people in the kitchen. I'm not sure exactly who was in the kitchen. As far as I know, I came downstairs to get ready in her. So she's got she's kind of got a bedroom in the living room. If you go into the apartment, you'll see there's like one of those fake walls.
There's a makeshift bedroom. And you know what? I bet you anything that her makeshift bedroom was only used to say that Maddie has a bedroom or a room that she was partitioned off. Did you see her bed? How the diaries or journals were piled up on her bed. There was clothes in there. There was some slime or something on the floor. That bedroom doesn't look like it got used, but more than likely she had Maddie sleeping with Stearns on a regular when he was there, and they were all 3 sleeping in one bed together. And I still wonder what was going on in that one bed, everybody. I can't help to wonder. Jenn does look like Mr. Potato Head, glasses and everything. We should stick some arms in her, and stick some little boots and stick a little hat on her and then roast her because it is gross. And I hate saying that, but we know that they all slept in the bed together and we heard about the pictures. Very nasty things that Stephan Stearns was doing to Maddie.
Separating half the bedroom. She's got like a desk with a bedroom and a TV and a dresser. But she'll hang out there during the day, but she never sleeps there. She always sleeps with me. And then the rare occasion upstairs. But most of the time it's with me.
Okay. Did you see her on Monday morning?
Visually see her? No.
Did you hear her?
Oh.
I heard many people in the kitchen.
All right, so now that story is changing. The story she's told multiple times to the media and other people that she saw Maddie at 8 a.m. She told Maddie's friend that she saw her at 8 a.m. and she told both news outlets, or I should say interviews, that she saw Maddie at 8 a.m. getting dressed for school. So all of a sudden she's lying. Bada Bing says she would break a lie detector test. I agree. And listen how apprehensive she is about telling the officer that she sent Maddie to sleep with Stephan more than once. She's very drawn back about how she says it. She tries not to.
Not sure if it was my roommate or her specifically.
Okay, is your roommate a male or a female?
Female.
Okay.
They're both females.
When was the last time you physically saw?
Wednesday, 11 o'clock. I'm sorry. Sunday, 11 o'clock.
Sunday when you sent her to bed.
To bed.
Okay. And then when you woke up, you said you woke up briefly because Stephan went in there. Did you go back to sleep?
Yes.
What time did you get up?
Let's think. Let me think about what Stephan's going to say about what time I got up, and let me think about what I told the news. Now, you wouldn't have to think about that if it wasn't a scripted story and you were just like, hey, I woke up at this time. This is what I did every day. This is what happened. I didn't want him to take her to school because it was her birthday, but I was just so tired from working. Bullshit. Kim Black, $5 super chat. I really don't want to believe it, but I wonder if she engaged in anything with them, like a three-way. We've discussed that. It's a strong possibility. Oh, so bad. So bad.
Let me see if I actually have my alarm set. No, I don't have the specific day on there.
Right.
Let me check something real quick. I'm pretty sure I woke up around 9 o'clock in the morning, and then I left at 9:30.
I had an appointment.
I had a doctor's appointment at like 10:15, but they took a while. And then by the time they did my blood work and whatever, I think I got home somewhere between 11 and 11:15.
All right. Oddly specific times. Again, the reason I'm stopping so much is because we're analyzing what a scripted alibi is, and we can analyze any scripted alibi with any interview. So we can do this and it can pertain to anything. So thank you, Deception Detective, for breaking that first one down for us and then letting us listen to it, because it brings a whole new perspective to what we're listening to. So you guys are catching so many things.
Okay. When you got back, was Stephan here?
I'm pretty sure he was, yeah.
What was he doing?
Just sitting in my room. At my computer desk on his phone.
Okay. What did you guys do?
We chatted for a little bit. I asked him what had happened because he had called me earlier at
10:18. All right, you wouldn't need to look back at your phone. You would just say he called me around 10:15. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that. Thunder Maiden, you know what the old saying is? If something doesn't make sense, it's a lie. I 100% agree with this one. If it doesn't make sense, it's a lie. Sweetie Brookahire says 300. Like, nice. Keep hitting that like button. We just hit 300, y'all. We have 537 in chat. Hit the like. Huge pause. Yes.
Pretty sure he called me around 10:18.
What do you?
Another odd number, 10:18. She had to look for it. A huge pause. That was like 30 seconds.
Call you for?
To let me know.
What did he call me for? What should I say? What did my phone just say? Mr. Beers, thank you for gifting 5 Guilty of Crime memberships. Mr. Beers is on point and said if we hit 300, they would gift it. So thank you.
To let me know that they didn't go to McDonald's as planned. He had asked her multiple times if she wanted to stop at McDonald's because that was the plan the night before. That they were going to wake up early. He was going to take her to McDonald's, do like a special McDonald's breakfast, and then drop her off at school early because she wanted to get there a little early. But on his way to school, she was very sleepy and wanted to sleep in the car. And she said she did not want to do McDonald's.
And you know, this all came from Stephan, right? So they're both vile, Darlene. I don't know if the condo's vacant or not. It would be hard to find out, or maybe not that hard, but most of those people aren't talking. So check this out. As far as the Stephan and Jenn, they totally sat down and talked about this. And I want you all to know that McDonald's, I don't think, was a metaphor for anything. I think McDonald's was just him saying he was going to take her to McDonald's to give him an excuse to go early. But I don't think it means anything else. Now, there's a lot of disgusting things that go on with this case already, but I don't think McDonald's. I was hearing that, and then something about Urban Dictionary. It's very interesting. If anyone got anything out of that Urban Dictionary, let me know in chat what you think.
She just wanted to be dropped off.
Okay.
Also to let me know that he left his phone at home because I had called him multiple times and he hadn't picked up. He had left his phone at home by accident. He had went to the vape shop, but they didn't open on time, so he had waited for quite a while in front of the vape shop. They didn't open, so he left and came back, and we hung out a little bit. And then I think he left again to the vape shop to go buy what he needed.
Okay.
Do you want the name of the vape shop?
Yes. If you have it at the top of your mind, I'm sure we're going to talk again soon, and we'll have more.
No, I'm just saying because that might be helpful if you want to see like surveillance.
No, I'm just saying it might be helpful. Why is she trying to be helpful now? And she did call him multiple times, but she didn't tell the officer that she called his dad. She didn't tell the officer that she called him because she was worried about where he was. She didn't tell them anything. What lie did I tell last time? Right, that's what she's trying to do, is what lie did I tell last time? So sad she didn't get her daughter a gift, didn't go to the party, didn't go to the funeral, didn't call 911, didn't go to the vigil, didn't go to the memorial, nothing.
Or anything.
Okay, so at
Right
some
there.
point, I understand he gets like a flat tire and he's not able to go with you to pick school.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And when you get to the school, how do you realize that she wasn't there?
So I went to go, I usually leave around 2:30 to pick her up. She gets out of school at 4. So I wait it takes me about 25 minutes to get to the school, and then I wait about an hour for her to get out. I waited the whole time. And then when the bell rang and then it was time for her to come out, she wasn't one of the first kids like she normally is. And I realized I was holding up the line because everyone behind me had children and they needed to get out because I was the first in line. So after about...
That officer is not buying this story. She's told it several different times and it's changed slightly. CPC, is anybody living in Jenn Soto's place up for sale? I think it's going to be up for sale soon. 555. Please hit that like button and say a prayer for Maddie that she gets justice. Now, I want you to know that reticence is one of the key points that Deception Detective makes, and reticence is something a liar tends to keep fabricated parts of their story short and minimal, like this, that, next. So they try to keep it to risk making mistakes. If a climax of a story is particularly one involving fantastic events, they still keep it brief. So that's a sign that it is fabricated to keep something brief. Yeah, she is definitely lying, y'all. Definitely. The lack of emotion responses missing at that point. I just watched a Scott Peterson interview. Same thing. He had a smug smirk on his face, like Jenn Soto with that smile and her laughing. And that happens many times with her. And I can compare her to Scott Peterson or Chris Watts or Tony Todd. So many people that we now know were lying and were part of this.
I'm going to say, I think it was like 4:10. She didn't come out and I was holding up the line. So I drove away. I said, maybe I forgot to tell her that I was picking her up that day because I don't know if she knew that I wasn't working that day.
Why would she know that you're not working? You're her mom and you didn't tell her that you weren't working and you were going to pick her up, even though you picked her up every day. Maurice, Australia, thank you for gifting the 5 Guilty of Crime memberships, y'all. Make sure you have your, you have to opt in to win a membership, so make sure you do that. And then Thunder Maiden, I don't know what NOK 25, but I'm going to take a $25 super sticker from Thunder Maiden and just say a big, huge thank you. Thank you. Don't let go of the train because you'll fall. Appreciate it. You guys are awesome.
But I had assumed that she thought, she knew that I was going to go get her. So because she never came out, I left and I went. She works less than, I'm going to say it's like a 3-minute drive from the school. It's very close. She works in the Hunters Creek Villages area. I drove that way, and I drove along the path that she would walk, and I didn't see her. And then office, I asked, "Hey, has she gotten here yet?" They said no, and I said, "Okay, let me wait a little bit." And I parked back again.
She parked back again, blocked the line, never really did that. Emailed the teacher at 5-something in the afternoon, knowing Maddie wasn't going to come out. Elizita, thank you so much for the $3.99 dancing avocado super sticker. You guys are awesome, as well as the membership that for you to adore. Thank you for you to adore. I have not seen you before in chat, so thank you for being a member for a month. And it looks like you're in Australia. Thank you. Please continue to chat with us. Mary Juarez says, hello, Jay. Hello.
On Hunter's Park Lane, I think. And I waited along that lane to see if I would see her walking. And I didn't see her walking. And it was about 4:30, 4:35. At this point, she should have. So I went back to the office. And then I was like, is she here yet? Oh, she hasn't gotten here. And I said, okay, hold on. Let me see. I called her best friend. And I was like, hey, are you... I don't know if I told her I was picking her up from school today or to walk to the office, but I don't see her anywhere. And she goes, no, she never came to school today. She didn't come to first or second period. And I said, what do you mean? We dropped her off close to school. She should have walked to school. She goes, no.
We dropped her off close to school. She also told her friend that she saw her at 8 o'clock in the morning getting ready. She retracts that with the police because she knows she could get in trouble for lying about that. In my opinion, JoJo just gifted 1 Guilty of Crime membership. Thank you so much. Jen did not go into the school office. She emailed them instead because she already knew that her daughter wasn't coming out. Why should she get her fat potato butt up and go?
She never made it to any of her periods. And I said, can you please check with your other friends in your other classes to see if she ever made it? She got back to me and said no. At this point, I started to panic because I realized something was wrong. I emailed one of her teachers, a few of her teachers actually, and one of them responded to me. He said she didn't make it to his period at all, and he checked all her other classes, and she didn't make it to school at all. That's when I knew something was truly wrong. And I'm before that email or after that email. But I started panicking and freaking out because she should have been to school. She should have made it.
And then I understand she forgot her phone, right?
Yeah.
Is it common for her to not have her phone?
Yes. She's got ADHD. She's super forgetful. She never realizes that she's in the shower for a whole hour. She loses track.
Victim blaming. She didn't call the police. She didn't search for her daughter. She didn't go to any vigils, didn't go to any memorials, didn't go to her funeral, didn't go search for her, didn't go into the school to see where she was, everybody. And now she's victim blaming, talking about ADHD, which is not a problem. It's not a problem unless you make it a problem. My daughter has ADHD and my son is ADD. It never stopped them from being fantastic. I'll tell you that right now. Nor would I go around bashing them. My children are the best ones in the entire world, no matter what they do. Just saying. So I can't understand her perspective as a mother. I don't even call her a mother. She's human. She's garbage. She's just a trash fire walking around. In my opinion, allegedly.
The time she's very.
And then you guys went looking for her, right?
Yes.
Where did you look? Like, did you drive somewhere? Did you walk? Like,
Right.
Where did you go look for her?
Okay. So, after her best friend called me, actually, or I talked to her best friend on the phone.
Yes.
I went back to the school to see, let me check her official attendance. Let me see what's going on. They were already closed. Nobody was at the school. So,
yeah, Maddie probably had to wash off all that ick from Stephan Stearns and him not showering for 21 days or however many. And a lot of people called out that he was wearing the same clothes when he got arrested in the interview, and then in those pictures he was taking with the Snapchat filters. He didn't change very often, everybody. My kids take an hour in the shower, Brittany says, and use too much conditioner. That's not mental health. That's children. My son used to be in the shower for like an hour and a half, and he'd be singing in the shower. My daughter's in the tub for like 2 hours, and she wastes all of our shampoo and our conditioner. So this is just, I don't understand where she's coming from and trying to victim blame. Yeah, right, Lisa. She was trying to get off the filth. I don't blame her.
I searched by backtracking into the school and then coming back out and seeing that there were no kids at the school at all. So then I drove. Everything was driving. And then I think that
she never got her fat potato butt out of the car.
But
did you come back to the apartment at any point yesterday once you realized she was missing?
No.
Stephan was at home waiting for us to get back.
Was that an answer? Yes or no? Did you go back to the apartment or not to look for your daughter or to see if she came home? No, Stephan was there waiting. She did not give an answer.
And then when I told him something was wrong, she never made it to school, he completely hauled it back to me. And then we all stood there waiting for the cops to show up, and they didn't show up till like 7:30. It took them a while to respond. I think they were looking for other missing kids around the area too. But yeah, no, we did not come back home until we were done with the police. We were done with everything. There was nothing else for us to do. Just except come back
Where
home.
was her phone when all of this was happening?
With me.
How did you get the phone if you never came back here?
I took it with me to go pick her up from school. I was going to give it to her when she got in the car and be like, listen, you forgot your phone again, and let her play on it.
Didn't she sound like she was about to get mad for a second? She said, listen, you forgot your phone again, and let you play on it. She's like, oh, I'm talking to an officer. Liv, you said that correctly. She was just as evasive when describing the sleeping arrangements. Evasive is the word I was looking for. She is the worst mother ever. I wouldn't even call her that, but she sounded like she was about to get mad that Maddie left her phone at home. I will read that in a second, but L Price says, thanks, Jay. I have 88 or ADD and I'm 64. Well, I'm 45 and I probably have ADD, ADHD, and all of the above. I don't think that's an excuse at all. The officer does know she's lying. Thank you guys for being so active in chat and being so nice to each other, being cordial.
I'll do that sometimes when she forgets that I bring the phone with me and I just give it to her afterwards. But I had brought it with me to go pick her up from school.
Okay. And you works where?
I won't get you the address exactly. Yeah.
And then did you at any point check her phone out while you had it?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Okay. Actually, I started looking, but I could not concentrate on reading anything. I was too panicked and too worried.
When you tell somebody that I was too panicked and too worried, that doesn't come off too well. So her lying about her scripted alibi, hey, everybody, I'm so panicked and worried right now. Can you tell? All right. And I'm not going to use drugs as an excuse for her at all. But I do want to thank Cynthia Chambers for sending a $5 Cash App. So she just kept the train rolling. And I was going to keep the train rolling by giving you a Guilty of Crime membership, gifting one from me. Yeah, she was panicked. Ha, 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 ha. Let me gift you that membership.
I get the phone to my sister. She's the one, and my niece. They both started going through her texts. I saw her texts. Nothing seemed weird. No weird random people. Everyone is someone I was familiar with or had heard about.
Yeah, they're familiar because it was your ex-boyfriend that was graping her the whole time and abusing her, lady. And you know that. Ugh, I hate her. Sorry, I shouldn't say that.
They checked her Roblox. They checked her Discord. I checked her Discord as well. There was nothing weird. One of the police officers taught me to look at deleted text messages. We looked at those as well. They were random text messages deleted. They weren't anything.
Do you remember where you were when you were looking at her phone?
Yes.
Which is where?
Let me see. Is it okay if I call her?
Yes.
I'll get the exact address.
And then while she answers, were you guys?
Again, lies, lies, and more lies. I just gifted 5 guilty of crime membership. So I hope that somebody that wants that, gets the membership and uses it. And Candy Dotson says 1018, idiot, around 1018, right? Wolfpack, you're welcome. I hope you guys get all the gifted memberships. And Jay's on fire today. That's because I'm feeling better.
When you guys were looking for her, did you guys keep looking for her in the Hunters Creek area or somewhere else?
Hunters Creek area.
Okay. Did you guys come back here at any point?
No.
What time did you guys come back home?
Never.
Hold on a second. What time did we come back? That was a very good question.
Good question. Another indicator of deception, folks, is when you ask somebody a question and they repeat it back to you and then say it out loud. Like, hey, so how much was your weight today? How much do I weigh? Well, when someone takes that question and repeats it and then answers it back, they're being evasive and it's an indication of lying. So, Mary Frances says, I'm glad you're feeling better. We need you and I need me. Thank you. Another indication. That's like 20 of them.
I was going to say it was like somewhere between 8 and 9 o'clock p.m.
Yes.
Did you guys go back out after?
And her passive voice. When you start to go, you make yourself real small and you talk like that, that means she's being passive and evasive. And it shows a sign of deception.
Stephan went back out.
And this was last night, right?
Yes.
Okay. Where was after this?
Yep.
Okay. Did you leave the house at any point with her phone after this?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay.
I don't believe so.
Hold on. No, I think it's been home all day today, too.
It's been home all day today?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
What time did the police take her phone?
Oh, just kidding. Yeah, they took it. I don't have it anymore.
Is this the second time she says, just kidding? Worst mother of all times. Award goes to Jenn Soto. We need to arrest her. We need to arrest Jenn Soto.
What time did he take the phone? I've made so many phone calls today and seen so many people today that I
was it
don't
light
know.
out or dark out?
It was light out.
It was still
Detective
light.
Hunt still yeah, it was during the daytime.
And then but other than that, her phone was here all day.
In the morning, yes.
Did you guys take the phone anywhere?
All right, folks, all day is not the morning. So when she says her phone was here all day and she says in the morning, yes, what does that mean? Did she take the phone with her when they went to go look? Did Stephan Stearns take the phone after? What does that mean? The phone was there all day in the morning. It was there all day in the morning.
Other than when Detective Hunt took the phone.
I think it's been home all day. I don't think I left the house with him.
Okay. Did Stephan have access to the phone?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I took my medicine, so I feel a little spacey.
You know why she's feeling spacey? Because she doesn't know how to answer those questions. They're getting tougher, and the officer is not believing her. She's also lied like 20 something times. Did see how it like Jenn had smashed a white substance on a baggie? I would like to see the body cam of this. I'd love to see her body language in this. I don't care if it's a recorded thing or a parrot or whatever. What the hell? She's laughing when her daughter is missing. She does that in the body cam too. Jojo, choo choo, come and ride the train. I can't sing it because then I can't sing.
I think I've had it with me. I think it's been with me.
Okay. Did you go through her phone today?
Yes.
There you go.
Okay. Where was that at?
Here.
And what were you looking for at that time?
To see if there was anything else. What we couldn't access on Monday night was Roblox. So my niece came over and logged into her Roblox and checked out messages. But then they were also, my sister was also looking for her phone to see if there was anything.
Here at the house?
Yes.
And that was today?
Yes.
Okay. Do you guys have her account information as far as like her iCloud and all that stuff? Or is it just on her phone?
I've had a hard time.
Why does she have to think so hard about that, everybody? Why? Unless she's lying. Why do you, if someone asks me, do you have your daughter's information to log into her email? Yes, I do. What should I say? Wait, Stephan Stearns and I didn't practice that one. Oh, I just want to strangle her. No pun intended.
I'm logging into it before when I was trying to get her new phone.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if I can log in to her iCloud. I think it's all on her phone.
Okay. The reason I'm asking is because they took the phone and they downloaded it, right? They can see like if somebody tries to access her accounts and stuff like that. So if you guys do have access to anything, if you guys can refrain from like logging back in.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
So it doesn't look like if she tries to like access her accounts from like somewhere else, that way we can track that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So they're asking if you can, just try not logging into any more of her accounts so that when he's going through the phone, it doesn't look like she's trying to log on from somewhere else.
They also don't want her deleting stuff. They don't want her logging into the phone and deleting messages, deleting conversations back and forth from her and Stephan Stearns. So Rachel says Jen believed Maddie was taken, but stayed at home in case she walked in the house instead of going out to look for her. Come on. And she never went home in case Maddie made it home to see if she was home. She stayed out there because she knew.
Yeah. Okay.
Was there anything else that they wanted us to clarify?
Did you find the address to your?
Sorry, let me call her again.
Or what's the name of it?
Oh, if I could remember her business name, I don't know.
This lady, man.
It's an insurance business. I think Advanced Insurance something group.
She doesn't even know the name of her mom's business that provides her with money. And Rosie, if I didn't say thank you for the 99-cent super sticker, I just saw it. I'm saying it now. Thank you. I wish she was a cooked potato. We need her to be cooked.
And then I know that you've been with us for the most part of the day, right?
Yes.
We have, I want to say maybe like 40 people out here, okay? Between us and Kissimmee. And we're all, going to be working basically overnight and throughout the day tomorrow until we, okay? Tonight, what we're going to do is, I know we already secured your house, right? We asked everybody to leave. So another thing that I'm going to ask is if you guys can find somewhere else to stay for the night.
Yes.
Because we're going to have Kissimmee out here at your apartment for the rest of the night. because the people that come and like take pictures and all that other stuff are not going to respond until the morning. Okay, so nobody can go into the house for the rest of the night until the house gets.
All right, this is where she's more concerned with her drugs, and I'm calling her drugs rather than medication because I believe they both abused their medication and Maddie's. She's more concerned with that than her daughter missing or saying, hey, my daughter might come home to the house. I need to be there. You can't kick me out. I need to make sure when she comes home, I'm there. Listen.
You know, we need to take pictures and do other stuff with the house. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
And unfortunately, because you guys have such a big apartment, it's.
Hey, people on TV, Mr. Beard says, ask the people on TV to hit the like button. They can't see live chat. Everybody, please hit that like button. We want to make it to 444 or 500. We have 528 in chat, and it's free to just hit the like button. Help me get this out into the algorithm. Kim Watts, you're 100% right. I would have slept on the ground too. I'd have just slept in my car. I wouldn't even have slept. I would have parked my car outside and just chilled in my car all night. But my drugs, right?
It's not something that only one person does. Like, we don't do that, right? We have our forensics unit come out. And it's not something that one person can do by herself. So she has to wait until people come in because there's like, they're on call after midnight, right? So she has to wait for the other people to come in the morning, and then they're all going to come in as a unit and try to get it done as quick as possible.
Okay. I need to go back into the house.
Mm-hmm.
I have medication that I have to take in order to be like normal. Is there a possibility that I can go back in there and get my meds?
Not normal. Not talking about Maddie. Not concerned if she comes home. Nothing. She wants her drugs.
Yes. Give me a few minutes, and then we'll try to figure out how we can get your medication. Okay, but that's something that we can definitely get. Okay. Does it make sense what I'm telling you?
Yes. I just don't know what we're gonna do about finding a place to go, but okay.
And then because last in Stephan's car, we're also going to tow his car.
Good.
Okay.
Do you have any questions about anything that I'm telling you? Okay, so from now on, it'll probably be.
Any questions about what I'm telling you? What's next in the investigation? Are you guys out there looking for my daughter? Where are you searching? Can I go help? What can we do to get Maddie back? How can we look? Where can we look for her? Nothing.
Me getting in touch with you, okay? Not Detective Hunt. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you understand everything that we discussed?
No.
Okay.
Can I get your direct number?
Yes.
Job address, if I remember it correctly, is 13550 Village Park Lane, Suite 125 in Orlando, Florida.
That's in Hunters Creek. Hunters Creek, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Village Park Drive.
I do think Linda Grigsby, I do think that Jenn helped Stephan dress Maddie, and that's why she argued with him about her wearing black shorts and a hoodie when she had jean shorts. I think they were jean shorts, but she had jeans and a hoodie. I think he put they put her socks on, and I say they on purpose, and they put her Crocs on, and when he was carrying her outside, one of the Crocs fell down, and that was in Jenn's room downstairs. So I think that the Croc fell off. He was in a rush to get her out before the roommates came out, and he didn't want anyone to see her, so the Croc ended up in Jenn's room. I do wholeheartedly think that Jenn helped Stephan dress Maddie to get her out of the house.
Yes.
Yeah.
And 13550.
Yes.
Is that like an apartment complex?
It's a
business building. I don't know. It was a building with a lot of business and offices inside.
Okay.
And when did you say you were there?
Okay, she had jean pants on, so Jenn was way off about that. Black shorts and a hoodie. She had jean pants and a hoodie. Oh, but someone had to dress her, and they had to dress her like if she was going to school. So when she was in the picture on the camera, it looked like she was going to school. All right, she was in jean pants and a green hoodie with the hood up, right? And still, the police didn't fall for that story of her being asleep. Oh, before I go back, I wanted to show you. Some of you guys are into puffers and vapes, and they always ask me what I'm smoking. I got this new one that's a Flume, and it's called Sour Mango. Isn't it cool? I thought it was cool. Anyway, it's got like a cool design on it. Now I could be cool while I'm smoking my puffer.
I got there around 4. Well, see, I left and came back. So 4:45. I got there, and I think I stayed until they had left. Were you there today? No. Is there one would be anywhere near that area today?
Long pause, nothing to say, doesn't know because it wasn't part of her script. The theory about the croc is that they put the Crocs, and I say they put Maddie's Crocs on to take her out of the house with the socks and the Crocs, and one of the Crocs fell off her foot into Jenn's room because that's probably where they dressed her. Now, when you go downstairs, that's where you go to, it's downstairs, so that's where you go to get out of the house. Now, yeah, they dressed her. Her Croc fell off, and one of them got thrown in the trash. And well, we see everything else. So that's the theory about the Croc.
No, I don't think so. It's been with me. Oh, Detective Hunt went back to that office. I'm so sorry, and he had her phone. Okay, he had her phone at that time. Yeah. Why did he go back to that office? Because my uncle had walked the path.
Hey.
Along the trail, and he had found a wallet with not 90 but like credit cards and something that had somebody's state on it. So he went to pick it up to see if it was of any interest.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you my business card.
And before we wrap this up, I do want to say I believe that, and I've said that the whole time, that Jenn Soto used that doctor's appointment as an alibi to keep her time frame where she was busy, she was sleeping, and then after she was sleeping, she went to the appointment, and then after the appointment, she was home. She couldn't have had anything to do with Maddie's disappearance. I do think that definitely said that it was a very short appointment. I wonder if the police are going to find out when she booked that appointment.
I'm still here for a little bit longer. I'm going to talk to Stephan one more time. There was like a few things that we needed to clarify with him. And then we're going to, like me physically, after I get done talking to Stephan, I'm going to try to go get rest, right? Because we're going to continue to do all this.
Yeah.
There's other detectives that are coming from my unit, okay? So, like, there's always going to be somebody here.
Okay.
So just because I physically am not here, don't think that we're not physically working on this. We have a lot of people in our unit, right? So we're taking, like, shifts. And then the people we have violent crimes out here as well. And they're here till 4 a.m. So I don't want you to think that, like, just because I'm leaving, that we're not still actively working on this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Don't worry. We're still looking at you, Jenn. Even though you didn't ask what we're doing to further the investigation of your missing daughter, don't worry, we're still looking into both of you and Stephan. Isn't that odd? Isn't that odd that she didn't ask what they were going to do to further the investigation? Everybody, who wouldn't ask that?
Like, they are here till 4 a.m, and then the day shift people.
Oh, and guess what? Please hit that like button. Odmaris says so. Just hit the like button, y'all. Help me get in the algorithm. I've been doing more videos and putting out shorts so that I can get in the algorithm, get better guests, and work on these cases. Now, there are a lot of people, I'll stop for a second this and talk about people that want me to cover their case. I'm absolutely glad to cover a case. I just need a little bit more information. When you send me an email to cover something, I'll need like some kind of documentation, maybe paperwork, or, you know, if your child went missing or there was a crime committed, I just need a little more information than, you know, somebody's daughter went missing. Can you cover this? I absolutely can. So I want you to know I'm covering Trinity Perez's case on Friday. This will be the third video that I do on Trinity Perez, and I'm covering this for her dad. Her dad approached me through Jenny Esquivel, and he approached me again because her mother, Frances, was just indicted by the grand jury on lots of counts that I'm going to tell you about on Friday. So I would love to cover cases. I just need a little bit of information to back things up. I can't just start going on what somebody thinks or accusing people. Mary Juarez, thank you for loving this show. Please come back. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and I appreciate you. Clark says you're rocking it. That's because I'm feeling good today. All right. So remember, I'd love to cover your cases, everybody. Just make sure when I respond to you that you guys are able to give me information that I need. Veronica says, Trinity, I need to see those videos next. Veronica, please do go to my playlist. I can put it in chat if you want. It will be the third interview on Friday that I'm covering, and I've already covered Trinity. So please check that out. All right, let's go. And you could just Google Trinity Perez. I'm pretty much the only one that has covered that case. So when you look up Trinity Perez, murder, whatever, guilty of crime comes up. And the images come up that I did because nobody's covering it. All right, let's support the channel on Friday and come watch with us to support her dad, Juan.
People that
Or
also
Jose,
work violent
sorry.
crimes come in around that
His name's Jose. My bad. Perez.
same time, so they're going to take over. So like we have like people working till a certain time, and then other people coming and taking over. Okay. So like I said, just because I physically am not here doesn't mean that we're not still working on something.
Also, like Mr. Beer says, here we go. We want you in the crime crew, everybody. So please, I'm going to give everyone a few minutes. Go turn your gifting on. Make sure you hit the like button. Also, if you put a comment, and Melissa, I can see my messages. They're just not all coming through. But if you email me, I'll be able to see it right away. Let's see, where did you go? Melissa Johnson, I do see your emails. Chat is flying, and I don't see everything. So let me know what you need. Great job. Can't wait to hear that case on Friday. And you can go back and watch the other episodes so you know what's happening. That poor little young girl, 12 years old, overdosed in her own house at the hands of her mother, selling and distributing 4 different kinds of lethal drugs. Oh, it's so bad. And I'm going to tell you about it on Friday. But Trinity Perez, go back and watch them. Dion Pill, thank you so much for the $9.99 super chat. Hey Jay, how many times did Jenn actually go into the other bedroom to see what was in there? Well, she should have went in that bedroom quite a bit. Are you talking about room number 4? She went in there quite often. It was Maddie's room, and journals that we found in there and diaries that we see in there had her writing on them. So there were a ton of diaries or journals, that paper that she was writing on to get her Social Security. So how often did she go in there? Also, that computer where Stephan sat, there was a computer and his chair. They chatted in that room. She talks about them being in the room and chatting or getting their story straight. And Undead Ramen, feel better. My friend, you're all of our friend. We're sorry that you're not feeling good. It's your turn this week. You'll get better. Lots of vitamin C, lots of liquids. JPL, good to see you. Super show. Thank you.
That makes sense.
Real quick, I don't remember if Detective Tagler asked, but yesterday when you guys were out looking, do you remember what time you were out looking till?
So yesterday, I stayed in the office. My family went out searching.
Which office?
1355. Yeah.
You stayed until what time?
I'm gonna say somewhere between 8 and 9 o'clock. I left and then I came home.
You came straight here.
Yeah.
And then who was out? Your family was out looking?
Yeah, but I think they all stopped when. Actually, I'm not sure. One of my uncles might have kept searching along the trail, but I'm not sure until what time he was out. My dad as well.
What about Stephan?
Stephan went out sometime in the middle of the night and went searching, cruising around.
And do you hear how apprehensive she was when she says that Stephan went out and was just what word should I use? Searching, cruising. He was cruising, looking for Maddie. And I see you, Mr. Beers. You just said you're gifting 10 memberships. Amazing. Lauren from Wisconsin, $4.99. Loving your YouTube shorts. You're out too. We're working hard. Lots of love. Yes, I am working hard to make sure I get those subscribers up and get in the algorithm. So I would appreciate your support. Thank you. Wednesday news. That's a new one. And Lauren, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Wednesday's news. I love that. Amazing. And then we got Mr. Beer says 8. All right, let's go.
Down to see if he could figure out where she might be. What car was he driving? My car. Was anybody driving Stephan's car? No, just Stephan.
All right, so just Stephan. She wants to make sure that she says just Stephan because the dogs, the cadaver dogs, hit on Stephan's car. She wants to make sure she's covered that Stephan drove her car. Did she really not question that he took her car in the middle of the night to do what? Go cruising? And why didn't she go with him, folks? Why did she not go with him to go look for her daughter? What is she doing here? What is she lying about? What does she know? We need to know.
And what time was he out?
I have no idea. I fell asleep. But I know he drove my car because when I got into it, I said, "Oh, the seats adjusted. Did you drive my car?" He goes, "Yeah, remember I said I was going to take a drive tonight to go search for her?" Because
that is where he went to go back for her body. Somebody mentioned that he went back to look for her, or that he went back, and they think that he moved the body to be a little more covered. So very interesting that she, yeah, what? So many interesting things. But somebody says that she was sleeping. Also, that's what I was going to say. She was sleeping. How could you sleep through that? Mr. Beer, 5. She's so dumb, I can't handle it. I don't think she's dumb, though. Yeah, she did need a nap, Clar. She definitely needed a nap. Hello, Don B. And Mr. Beer says 4. Turn gifting on now. All right.
because he does have like insomnia. He can't sleep at night sometimes, and especially like that's what's going on right now. But I'm not sure what time he may have come in or out. But if you guys look at my gate clicker, you need that to come in the front gate. You can see what times he may have come in and out.
Okay.
All right, folks. Now she's leaking things to the officers to get them to look at the footage. Remember in the earlier on, she said, "Oh, you should check the vape shop." No. I need to give you the address so you can check the camera surveillance. Why did she say camera surveillance? Because she wants them to put Stephan on this. She doesn't want to get in trouble for it. They both did this. I agree. I think that too. Mr. Beer says 1. I think they both did this. I thought that she had walked in on them and was jealous. That was my original theory. So it's going to be interesting to see. She's covering for him, yes, but she's also trying to put him in the front of this, on the front line, and say he did it.
I don't think I have anything else for you. We're going to clear some things with Stephan, and then I will let you know before I head out. Okay? Do you promise that everything you said today is true?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
No.
Ending the recording at 009.
Perfect timing there, Mr.
One
Beard.
313. Today's date is
Perfect timing for me to gift memberships that Mr. Beard just gifted 5 guilty of crime memberships. So I'm going to talk to you guys for a minute and let's talk this through, and then I'm going to get going because it's 1 hour and 44 minutes in and my daughter's already texting me saying, Mom, where are you? Congratulations to everybody that won a membership. What else? Synth Server, I miss you, and you missed again. You got on here very late. Where have you been? You didn't get jury duty, did you? All right. Agree. She felt helped in some way or another besides hiding Maddie. I think she put Stephan she put him into the fire, and she was hoping that the police would pick up on that because she gave little hints. She covered for him and then she didn't, everybody. Mr. Beers, you're amazing. Thank you so much for gifting all the memberships, and you're saying thank you to them for being here. Do me a favor, y'all. And yes, of course, I'm going to go get the baby right now. She's right down the street, and yes, I still call her my baby. So, hit the like button. Synth Server, I'm sorry you're dealing with testing for your daughter today. I'm about to go get my daughter. Thank you for all the gifted memberships, Mr. Beers. Wednesday News just got one. Jamila, you're late too. I saw you earlier. Please watch in the rewatch crew, Arizona Good Vibes. So don't forget to hit the like. Everyone's dropping out now, which is my cue. And my cue is to go get my daughter. So hit the like, subscribe if you haven't, share with your friends, family, everybody that likes to watch true crime and wants to keep up with this content. I will see you all tomorrow. Love you all. All right, let's see if I can find this outro.
Guilty of crime.
I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please share this video, like, and subscribe. You can also follow me over at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, or Gmail. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can use Cash App or Venmo or PayPal. Thank you very much in advance. Guilty of crime.
Are you guilty of crime?